My name is Jim Estes, and today I'm going to talk about a drill that I think is extremely important for the swing plane. So what I want you to do is, and this by the way is going to give you an instant understanding of exactly the feeling you want to have in the golf swing. Take a club, you can put a rod, alignment rod in the grip, or I'm sorry, in the butt end of the golf club. Take the golf club, turn it like you're going to hold it, and then what I want you to do is take that club, put it right against your left hip, so you're holding both clubs here. Now you've got an alignment rod on the ground and a golf ball, and what I want you to do, getting into your good posture position, your weight over the arches, feel balanced. The insides of the heels are going to be about the width of your hips. Take a swing back, slow motion, and trace with that alignment rod the target line all the way up. The shaft should be parallel to your target line at the top, and then slowly coming down, trace the line. And do this in slow motion. Right into the impact position. So this is a great feedback tool, visual feedback tool for learning the proper swing plane. Go right to your impact position. I encourage you to do this drill in slow motion, and if you have 5 minutes a day, if you do this drill every day, I guarantee you're going to improve your golf swing. So again, I think you'll find this to be extremely helpful. JimEstesGolf.com if you have any questions. This setup, this video, the goal of this is to tuck your pelvis under a little bit instead of stick your butt out. Like you were saying, I don't want you bent over. This is your load-bearing joints, the ball of the foot, the tip of the elbow, top of the spine are all in a plumb line. That's perfect. Now, we worked on the takeaway so your hands don't get off plane. You've pretty much done that. That's why I've got that stick there. It still gets a little off.
Yeah,
your hands,
I can see it right there.
right, just gets off a little bit.
But you know what? If I got to try to think about when I really think.
You got to
about
keep
trying
your
to line
handle.
it.
Keep your handle in towards your right thigh. That's the one thing you're not doing.
Yeah.
You got to keep your hands in close to your body. But the club is in good shape here. At the top, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. And the elbow being tucked is working good. Yeah. And the club is coming down on the shoulder plane, which is where you should be.
Yeah.
Now, my preference would be, there's the backswing plane. It's a little shallow for me. In other words, the club's underneath the shaft line. I want the handle in, the club head out.
Okay, it's on the takeaway.
So the takeaway's off for me. I don't like that. But if the shaft is parallel to the shoulder line, at parallel to the ground, it's okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know if your shoulders and your club are parallel to each other there. Do you know what I'm saying?
With the dark.
Yeah. So, but that would be one little thing I would say. Now your pressure trace. You're on your right toe there at the top of your backswing. You've got 62% on your right foot, 63% toward the toe, 37% toward the heel, and then 68. So basically you're loading your toes a little bit. And that's why, in my opinion, that we did the rock back drill, because you did have a tendency to load your toes.
Yeah.
At address, you're still on your toes.
Okay, at address I'm on my toes. Well, I know I'm on my toes at address because I'm starting kind of forward on my toes and then rocking.
But I don't want you to do that anymore. I want you to be 50-50.
Okay, to start back?
Yeah, and then I want to see what that does.
Okay.
All right, so let's go through this 1 second here, and then we'll be done. So in this scenario, you can see as you rock back, look how your weight changes, right?
Yeah. That always brings my head back, but you see it's not going up.
No, it's not changing your weight.
And I'm keeping my butt back pretty good there.
Now, so you go back on this plane and you come down on pretty much the same plane, maybe slightly steeper plane. So for me, that's the only thing I don't like. I want the backswing plane to be slightly steeper than the downswing plane. I don't want it to be in reverse.
Okay.
You understand that?
Yeah.
So, take a guy like Jay Haas, handle in is a little steeper on the backswing. Take a guy like, well, it's an extreme case. but like a Ryan Moore. He's very steep and then he's very shallow.
Yeah,
I don't want you to. I don't want you to. I don't want you to do that. Yeah, I don't want you to do that. But anyway, so my point is, the club's underplaying, and then it's a little steeper coming down. That's my only flaw. That's the only thing I don't like. That takeaway is still a problem. Everything else, it looks great. I mean, and you can get good results with this every time. Impact, there you are at address. That's not really early extension.
That's because
that's not really early extension. I mean, given your issues with your hip, that's not really early extension. You're just not going to be able to get there because you got a hip limitation. You got degenerative arthritis in your left hip, and that's just the way it's going to be.
Yeah.
I think if we try to change that, it'll screw you up.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's a problem anyway. That little bit's not a big issue. Your cornering is great. Look how the club shaft is parallel to the inclined plane established at address with the shaft. There's your shaft plane line, and as you come through, nice. What I got to look at, see the face there?
Yeah.
That might be too much flip. I don't know. I think the face should be parallel to the plane. That's a minor detail. What I got to look at is there a lot of flash rotation at impact? I don't think there is. Doesn't ever been that way.
Yeah.
But I have to look from the other angle.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is good. So that's my only concern. I want to get that backswing, and I think we can do that today. I think that's going to be the focus today.
Okay.
All right. And then Bill, make sure at address, you look at your pressure trace. That's
okay, because you know why? It's on my toes.
Yeah.
I'm starting and I rock back.
Your release factor, 212 I don't know what that MS stands for, but I don't know. But the tour players are around 300. And you're even the Champions Tour. I don't know. I don't have any data on them, but I have the regular tour. The longest hitters. What you'll see here, I'll show you this mountain right at impact. You see this little blip? Okay, watch this. As you get through the ball, right there, that's your point of maximum pressure. You see that on your left foot?
Yeah.
And you see how this spike is right there? So that's where your pressure, that's where you're using the ground the most. And that's where it should be, right before impact.
Yeah, posting up.
Yeah, exactly. And then you see the release factor there. So your trace, really, you get into your right side. That little bubble right there is basically your center of gravity.
Is that the center of pressure, or is that?
Yeah, that's the center of pressure. It's not the center of gravity. It's the center of pressure. So, yeah, I mean.
they call them.
Yep. And then you get into your left heel, so that's good.